So guys, the NIO CEO said a bunch of things after the launch of ONVO, but the translations were kind of haywire, so I'm just going to do a voiceover. So apparently, ONVO pre-orders are 2 to 3 times higher than their expectations in less than 24 hours. Of course, these pre-orders can be refunded, so it's not a very good metric, and they're not publishing these numbers. And in the past, NIO has never really publish pre-order numbers. It doesn't really mean anything. At the end of the day, deliveries are everything that matters. So that's the thing that they're going to be really looking forward to. But still, 2 to 3 times higher than expectations in less than 24 hours is still very impressive. And they haven't opened stores yet, so this is pretty insane. So NIO CEO also said that he'll be shifting his focus one day on ONVO, one day on NIO. Of course, they share a lot of the R&D stuff, the tech stuff, but in terms of management, they have different sales and different kind of things. And he will always remind Tia Cheng to focus on a family vehicle, making sure you stay on focus. So he also talked about how hybrids and EREVs, they're sort of like kids when they go through that phase of stopping breast milk. And it's a transition phase, but you can't always be in a transition phase. So they're good for now, but not good for the future. And he also said that so battery packs, some people think that 75 is sufficient, but actually, once the scale of the network gets really, really big, then there's really that ease of upgrading. So there's that to be looking forward to. And then he said that there are going to be a lot of stores that you can look forward to and go into this stores to buy the vehicle. But however, there will not be NIO houses or ONVO houses, that kind of stuff. And then so this car is actually going to be profitable and really help NIO to become profitable. And they have much better margins with this car, and they have really low cost to produce. So this is very, very nice. And then in terms of stores, they're going to have like over 100 different stores for ONVO brand. So there's actually going to be a lot more stores, and that's right at the get-go. They're going to have 100 stores, and they're going to try to sell as many as they can. Very importantly, he said that the margins of this car is great, so they're not going to have a situation where every car they sell, they lose money. It's going to be a net positive that's going to add to NIO's balance sheet, so shareholders can really be happy about this. All right, so they're going to earn money, and this car is also being produced at the factory number 2, so there's actually very low cost for production, so they're utilizing that more. Okay, we'll come back to this, but in terms of NIO houses, he said that there will not be any ONVO houses, and ONVO users will not have access to NIO houses. If you want to go into a NIO house, you have to have a NIO owner bring you inside. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And then he talked about Li Auto competition with Li Auto. He talked about how Li Auto's CEO is actually also a founding investor in NIO. So that's also very cool. But then, in terms of competition, there's always going to be some friendly competition, but he calls them a teammate, and it's more like a competitive teammate. That's the word he likes to use. And he always welcomes everyone to go pure electric. So hopefully he can, the auto can also see some success there. When asked about whether or not he always planned on having a second brand, and why not have a single brand, well, he said like the amount of customers that one brand can service is kind of limited. So he really thought that there needs to be another brand to be able to service a different set of customers. So this is very, very important. He mentions how this car is indeed going to become very, very profitable for NIO because it's being produced at the F2 factory. And the F2 factory, if they're not producing the ONVO cars there, the utilization wouldn't be full. So this is really like, utilizing the factory to the maximum capacity, and this really lowers their cost. So this is very, very nice. And then he talked about how, with this car, they're going to really bring NIO's average selling price a bit higher, so that NIO doesn't really have any sort of cannibalization situation with the ONVO car. And the ONVO car is indeed going to be a global car. It's going to be sold in other places around the world, but it's going to take some time for global expansion. So this is also something to really look forward to. And once again, they're not disclosing any sort of sales numbers or sales targets, but they do have internal sales targets that they will always make sure that they keep on track with. And then he also says that there will always be internal conflicts or internal competition between for example, the NIO brand and also the ONVO brand in terms of sales, and then also even, of course, also external factors that will push NIO forward. But I think the really big takeaway is 2 to 3 times higher orders than expectations within 24 hours. It really shows that this car has really just no flaws, all right? It has everything, it checks all the boxes, and the pricing is also very, very nice. There was a rumor that they got around 65,000 orders within 4 hours. However, there's no way to confirm that. Perhaps, hopefully, someone will leak the orders soon, but they're keeping their mouth shut. I'm hoping that someone leaks it. This car is definitely going to sell really, really well. And if you guys didn't already check out our podcast with Eric and TIY, we all said that, at the moment, this car is a car to get. And if we had to make a choice purchase decision, we would buy an ONVO right now because of the features. It has 900 volt fast charging, super fast charging, and battery swap. And it has horizontal screens, more spacious interior than a Model Y, better suspension, more comfort than a Model Y, better turning radius, better energy efficiency than a Model Y, and most importantly, of course, battery swap. So this car is definitely just a banger car. It has no flaws that you can really point at apart from the name. So they really got a killer product, and it's going to be very successful. And you can see why people are ordering this car. You also have rear-wheel drive, single motor variant. Some people, they don't need that much acceleration. So it really shows that, when NIO puts their heart to it, all right, they can definitely get a very good product that can sell a ton. The thing with YET5, wasn't really explosive in sales was because some people didn't like the fact that it was dual motor. Some people didn't like the fact that it forced LiDAR, and the price, of course. So this car, ONVO 219,000 RMB, 30,000 RMB cheaper than the Model Y. It's just a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. That's why you're seeing orders explode, 2 to 3x higher orders. Crazy. And deliveries are going to be fantastic as well. This is definitely going to deliver a ton of cars. Of course, we'll have to wait and see until September, but I'm calling it right now. This car is going to deliver a ton. It's got no flaws, and it looks fantastic. All right? So take it for what it's worth. It's going to help NIO become profitable as well. So we are on the right track, guys. This is something to be very excited about. 2 to 3 times higher orders and profitable soon. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.